We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Hey there, how you doing? My name is Tim Robertson. Welcome back on this journey we're calling America, the good, the bad, and the beautiful. And in those words of the Declaration of Independence, when Thomas Jefferson penned those, he said, all men are created equal. But most people say, but there was slavery. Something happened in America when those words were penned, all men are created equal. Martin Luther King said this: when the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to every American who was to fall heir. This note was a promise to all men, yes, black men as well as white men, will be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. See, something happened. Seeds were sown. The founders realized that they were not being treated properly by King George III, and it made them understand that we're not treating others properly also. And by the time the Constitution was ratified, 9 out of the 13 colonies had abolished slavery. Something set forth this abolitionist movement to destroy this, what Thomas Jefferson would call this excruciable commerce. That means accursed commerce. All men were not being treated equal, but all men are created equal. Why? Because they're created in the image of God. And the founders understood this. Abraham Lincoln in the Gettysburg Address said, 7 years ago. This is a reference back to the Declaration of Independence. Our fathers brought forth this continent, a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. See, the founders wanted a society where there's no such thing as a prince or a pauper. That's why the Constitution grants no titles of nobility. There's no lords or duchesses or princes and kings. We didn't want any more kings in America because the king that we had running America at the time was a despot, meaning he was a tyrant. And if you read the Declaration of Independence, there are 27 grievances that tell you exactly what he was doing and why we separated. I suggest you read them. And if you don't know much about the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution, we offer a Constitution crash course. It's a free event for anybody who wants to attend. And if you go to freedomfield.org, that's freedomfield.org, you can register for our next class. We've got a class coming near you. In those words, all men are created equal. He's talking about men have equal natural rights, equal in the sight of the law, which means equal protection under the law, equal in the sight of God. Without God, there's really no humanity. We cannot see our neighbor as humane if there's no God. And not just that, we're equally accountable to Him. Everybody's going to have to answer the God question. When they talk about equality, they're not talking about equity. Equality means you have equal opportunity. Equity means you have an equal amount of things. Bastiat called it legal plunder. Sam Adams described it this way: the utopian schemes of leveling and providing a community of goods are as visionary and impractical as those who vest all the property in the crown. They are arbitrary, despotic, and in our government, unconstitutional. See, the founders called it leveling. Bastiat called it legal plunder. Every tyrant that has ever rose to power has promised the idea of equality. Well, what happens? Everybody becomes equally poor, equally hungry, and equally oppressed, except for those in charge. In other nations, they promise the idea of equality. In America, the founders knew that God already determined that you are. You're no better as a prince or pauper. God is no respecter of persons. There's neither Jew nor Greek. There's neither slave nor free. There's neither male nor female, for you are all in Christ Jesus. You see, it doesn't matter where you come from, what color you are, what gender you are. In America, you're all the same. All men and women are created equal. And I hope this blesses you. I hope that in the meantime, you'll just stay blessed and live free.